Hi Vibrant Souls, welcome or welcome back. This is Vibrant Soul Tarot, and in today's Pick a Card reading, we are going to be looking at what positive news do you have coming on the way. So this could be unexpected positive news, or this could be positive news that you have been waiting for. Whichever one it is, welcome, and I hope you enjoy the reading. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into the pile selection. We have these 3 piles to choose from. So starting right here, pile number 1, we have the Santa Muerte Tarot deck along with this Sun card. So we have this Sun card with this tarot deck. And then for pile number 2, we have the Anima Mundi Tarot deck along with this Sun card. And then last but not least, for pile number 3, we have the Ascension Tarot deck along with this Sun card. So you are more than welcome to pause the video here and take as much time as you need if you do need more time in choosing your pile. When you do have the pile selected, I will post the timestamps for each one in the description box below for your convenience, and I can't wait to see you guys at your reading. Bye! Hi pile 1, and welcome to your reading if you chose this Sun card or if you chose the Santa Muerte Tarot deck. Whichever one it is that you chose, welcome. So today we are looking at what positive news is coming your way. So I'm going to ask Spirit here to please tune me in to my pile 1's energy, as well as show me with the most clarity what positive news does my pile 1 have coming their way. Oh, shoot. Okay. We have the Page of Cups popping out. We're off to a messy start, but whatever. Let's just keep going. Gonna act like that didn't happen. All right, so what is some positive news coming to my pile 1's life? Coming into my pile 1's life. Let's see, first things first, what is this positive news in regards to, Spirit? So what is this positive news in regards to? What is it about? What is this positive news coming to my pile 1's way in regards to? We have the Page of Wands, and we have the 10 of Pentacles. Okay. We have the 5 of Pentacles as well as the Empress. And I feel called to take... should we just... Do they clarify each other? All right. Hey, that just saves us a bunch of time. I'm not even mad about it. So we have the 3 of Pentacles. We have the 6 of Wands, we have the King of Pentacles, and we have the 6 of Pentacles. Oh, geez. Okay, bottom of the deck, we have the 5 of Wands. This positive news is definitely in regards to your finances. This is definitely in regards to your abundance and your ability to create your abundance. I think that there's good news coming to something that you have been working on, or something, if you're just your ability to, like in this image, your ability to water and grow something in your life as well. I feel like you're going to be seeing the seeds sprouting here. You're going to be seeing your effort, especially with the 6 of Pentacles coming out. This is about reciprocity, and coming out with the Empress as well too. You're definitely going to be seeing your efforts finally taking root. You're definitely going to be receiving either the amount of effort that you've been put in equally or even more, because I love the Page of Wands coming through. This is like an excitement type of energy. I kind of felt a little excited when I was starting your reading, if I can be quite honest. And with this Page of Wands as well too, I feel like this is kind of an uplifting energy. If you have felt maybe a little bit discontent, things are going to be changing. If you have felt maybe a little bit down, you know what I'm saying? I feel like this Page of Wands is going to be that inspiration, kind of like a spark coming back into your life. Maybe for some of you, if you just felt a little bit, maybe a little bit depressed, or just overall like not inspired, this is something that's definitely going to be changing. And I think that this is something that is going to be definitely giving you a boost of confidence here as well too. It's like you're finally going to be seeing why you've been putting in this effort. You're going to be seeing why things have been happening for you. You're definitely going to be seeing things shift in your perspective. Going from the Five of Pentacles to the King of Pentacles is a huge perspective shift as well. This is about you realizing that you are an abundant person, that you are able to manifest, create, and obtain security for yourself. And I think that this is a lot to do with money wounds that you may have been dealing with, or at least for some of you, this could be also confidence coming back into your life in regards to something. Like, this is almost like for some of you, if you have been feeling like you weren't good enough, or if you've been feeling just kind of on the fence, this is a more sense of security coming, whether that is actual financial security coming, or it's like it starts with your mind and your ability to create and your own confidence that is going to be showing you. It's like you're gonna, a lot of it is a perspective shift, if I can be quite honest. A lot of it is you seeing things differently, like we said. And with the Six of Wands, I think this is like we said again about confidence. But we have the Ten of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles. Wow, this is, and the Empress. Yeah, you got a lot of abundance coming your way. You have things manifesting for you in the physical world, to say the least. And I think this, I'm hearing it for some of you here. I'm hearing you guys like, it's about time, or when this comes, you're going to be like, finally. And so maybe this for some of you has been something that's a long time coming, or at least something that you've been wanting for a long time. Okay. Let's get some oracles for you now, though. This is a successful outcome, to say the least. Excuse me, one of your oracles flew all the way over there. But I got it. Don't you worry. So the first card we have coming out for you is the Faith card. Humanity and benevolence. Stay calm, trust the good in yourself and others, and see the light in the world. This is about you, and yeah, your faith, I feel like, has been a little bit tested for some of you, and I think this is a restoration of your faith in yourself and your abilities. Now it's like you're going to be seeing that all of this wasn't for nothing. You're going to be seeing that this is possible, and your faith is going to be restored, even if you've had faith. And I think you're going to be rewarded as well. Like, it's not like you don't have faith, but you know, at times when we're pushing and we're not seeing what we want to see, we can get a little bit discouraged, and that's perfectly normal and that's perfectly fine. But so I feel like this is going to be very uplifting for you. Like, you're going to be like, all right, yes, now I can see where I'm going. I can see where I'm headed, and I can see my potential. It's like you're definitely going to get a huge glimpse of your potential and things you have to come as well. It's not just ending here with this positive news. I feel like for a lot of you, this is like the beginning of something. Maybe it's beginning of a new chapter for some of you as well. What else can you tell us, Spirit, about this positive news that pile one has coming? We have the Kalima card with the Facing Fear. Major spiritual changes are unfolding. This is your chance to soar. I think one of the fears that you have been facing has to do with this Five of Pentacles. This is that lack mindset. This is that, like, well, what if it doesn't work out? Or this is that, what if I, you know, fail and things like that. Or maybe for some of you, this could just be you facing fears in regards to your own inner security, like knowing that you're safe and that you're going to be taken care of regardless by a spirit, and just in your abilities to create and to manifest the life that you feel you truly deserve, or that you know that you truly deserve. But regardless, you know, the fact that you are facing these fears and the fact that you're overcoming them, because fear is not meant to hold us back. Fear is only meant for us to overcome, and fear a lot of the time can show us where we need to either give us more love or compassion, as well as where we kind of need to focus on. Fear can be such a great indicator, and it's like a huge like sign of like, hey, over here, this is, you know, needs to be worked on, or we need to do this, or you know what I'm saying? And it's never meant to hold you back. And so I feel like you are overcoming a lot. And I feel like this is a lot in regards to your own personal growth and your own spiritual path. I do feel like there's a sense of relief coming for this pile as well. Like you're almost going to feel like you can breathe again. A sense of confidence and a sense of like, all right. Like that's just how I feel. Like you're just going to be like, all right, it's okay. Everything is good. I'm seeing it now. You're starting to see the plan, the bigger plan for you. Oh my gosh, just as I said, your spiritual path, we have the Dharma unfolding. So remember that you are on a path. Take one step at a time to happiness. Yes. So this is something that you are meant to be doing all along. This is something that you have been, I feel like it's like this inner drive. Ooh, bottom of the deck, we have the Mary Magdalene card, which is Teacher Awakens. You have something important to share. Follow that inner call. Don't let anything stop you. That's so crazy because I was just trying to think of like how to word this Dharma. It's like that inner call. And the fact that you are not letting anything stop you, the fact that you are opening up to this, you are facing the uncertainty, you are facing all of the obstacles that are coming with this, even if some of the obstacles are just like being discontent and trusting that you're meant to be, that you are where you are right now, and trusting that change is coming, because that could be an obstacle within itself. Sometimes when we're in an area of our life where we're going through something in particular, it does feel like it's going to last forever, or it doesn't, we can't see, you know, the change coming. But that's when we have the faith, and that's when we have the trust in knowing that our efforts are being seen, whether or not we can see them right now. And no matter what our physical reality looks like on the outside, that doesn't dictate how we feel on the inside. And that doesn't necessarily mean that's how it's going to be forever. A lot of the times we're getting mirrored a specific obstacle or a specific reality just for us to, you know, go through what we need to go through, deal with it the way that we need to deal with it. And then it's like after that, we almost get rewarded, I feel. And I think this is definitely telling for what you have to come as well. Now, I think that you have, with this Teacher Awakens as well, too, I think that you actually, you have a lot of things to share. You have a lot of wisdom to share with other people as well. So I think that what you're going through, or what's going on here with this positive news, when things start to shift in your favor, I think that you have the ability to teach other people about this. And it's almost like it's like an energy of like, hey, if I can do it, you can do it too. And there's a lot of inner wisdom inside you as well that has been leading you, that I'm being told you need to trust on as well, and to just know that you, like, spirit has your back, basically, and that, you know, this isn't all for nothing. I think we said that before as well too, that these rewards are going to be better than you can probably imagine, but you have to stick to it, is what I'm hearing, which is interesting. I feel like it's interesting to me because I'm like, it's always kind of vague. Like, I never know. Sometimes I do, like, specifically, but it's definitely in regards to your spiritual path. We saw that. And I think one of the biggest positive things, the positive news that's coming for you, is just change in general. 12:12 on the clock as I look at it too. What else can you tell us about this positive news here for a pile? We have inner child healing. Ooh, that's always good. That's always important to have. And I think these insecurities, you're facing a lot of insecurities, whether that is in regards to stability and finances, or this could just be insecurities coming up along this path that you're taking, and it's going to be really, really beneficial. I'm always, you know, a big spokesperson for inner child healing. I feel like it's very important to a lot of us, because a lot of the things that hold us back in our adult life usually stem from, you know, things that we've gone through in our childhood, or even, you know, before that. They can stem really deep. So this is about you overcoming these limitations. This is about you breaking free of restrictions, and you finally, I'm hearing momentum is coming to you as well. So you finally gaining that momentum. And I think things are going to start coming with ease more. And, you know, you're going to give yourself that grace as well, because I'm hearing ease and grace. Let's see. What else can you tell us about this positive news? Positive news coming for pile 1, please. Okay. Positive news coming for pile 1. Ooh, we have compassion. One of the things as well, you know, with this sense of relief, pile 1, I feel like you're going to be realizing that you may have been a little bit hard on yourself. And with that being said, you know, the more compassion you give yourself for this, and I think when you start seeing things differently and things start changing, the compassion is going to come more naturally. But I feel like you're being asked right now to be easy on yourself as well, and to know that this is a part of your path. So you're exactly where you're meant to be. There's nothing more that you need to be doing. I mean, unless you feel like you should be doing more, or actually no, because if you feel like you should be doing more, that may be you being hard on yourself. But like, I'm talking about like intuitively, like, you know, those nudges or whatever. But for the most part, I feel like, you know, this compassion card is coming out to say that maybe you're going to be realizing as well that you were a little bit hard on yourself, and maybe you didn't have to worry or beat yourself up all those times as much. And that could be in regards to this inner child healing as well too. And we have honesty and communication. Okay. Bottom of the deck, we have transformation. I love that. Like, I love this image as well too. This person just looks so happy. This deck is a really positive looking deck too, all the colors and everything. But yeah, I think with this honesty and communication, this is about you really seeing, like how we saw that there was a perspective shift. This is about you really seeing things differently. And now it's like, okay, it's time to be 100% honest with yourself. It's time to communicate clearly your needs and where you're going to be going. Because like I said, I keep getting this message of like, this isn't it. There's a whole nother journey to be had with this after you receive this positive news or these positive things start happening. And so with that, it's like getting really honest with yourself. And this could be about your communication with yourself as well, how you're speaking to yourself with this compassion. Yeah, how are you feeling about yourself? How are you uplifting yourself? Are you talking to yourself like, you know, your own best friend, or are you beating yourself up all the time for not doing what you feel like you need to be doing? This is something I feel like Spirit really wants you to get honest with about as well too, because you may be beating yourself up unnecessarily, especially when we go through tough times in life. You know, honestly, life can beat us up already. And so when we are kind to ourselves in our own minds and in our own hearts and things like that, it makes life a lot easier for us. And it just makes room for us and our inner child to be free and to express themselves, because it makes our inner child feel safe as well. When you're constantly scolding yourself, you know, I'm getting like that. There's like I think there was like a meme trend going on when it was like, when you're being mean to me, this is who you're being mean to. And it would be like a picture of like a cute baby or like a picture of someone's like childhood. That's kind of like the mindset that I think, you know, Spirit wants you to have, at least at this time. It's like when you're being mean to yourself, you're also being mean to your inner child, and your inner child does not deserve that, you know? So when you are being nice to yourself, being compassionate, just remember like who you're really speaking to, because our inner child is always in us. They go with us wherever we go, and they are one of the closest versions to our true selves. And that's something that's really important. And that's why I feel like the inner child healing is so important on a spiritual path and on the spiritual journey. I feel like it's important because when we think about it, when we come into this world first, before, you know, all of the conditioning and all of the things that we're told, or, you know, the ancestral wounds, or just even things that, you know, like, there are other people's rules, other people's judgments before they were cast upon us. We were 100% perfect. You know, we were innocent with these beautiful, beautiful, innocent minds that just wanted to explore, that just wanted to, you know, be curious and discover and, you know, find things out. That's our inner child's true self before, you know, whether that's bullying or just any type of conditioning in general, you know, before all of that. And that's why one of the biggest biggest myths on the healing journey is that there was anything wrong with you in the first place. Sometimes we get caught in this trap of healing, and we get caught in this cycle. Like, you're not something that constantly needs to be fixed. You're not something that's broken, that needs this and this and this. You're 100% perfect. Sometimes we just need to remember that, and that's all the healing, you know, we kind of really need. We need to understand maybe why we do certain things, or why certain things had happened, you know, that caused us to react ways, or have a certain outlook, or have a certain perspective. That's all great as well too, and that's definitely a part of the healing journey. But the most important part that I always like to remind people is that there's nothing wrong with you. You're perfect just the way that you are. We just get this vision and this perspective that we're not, that there is something wrong with us, and it's not true. It's not true at all. So that could be some honesty, you know, coming to you as well. But I feel like this is a lot about you and the way that you communicate with yourself. And I think you are going to be seeing this more naturally, like we were talking about. I think you're going to be seeing that this, you know, the hardships and maybe you being hard on yourself or blaming yourself was a little bit unnecessary a lot of the times. And I think that there's a lot of growth and a lot of strength coming your way too. And strength isn't always about brute strength, you know, or being the strongest, the loudest person. Strength comes with, one of the strongest things you can do is to be compassionate. A lot of people find that very hard because they do not have the strength to do that. So with that being said, compassion is something that is going to be very important, a part of your journey. And I think with this Teacher Awakens, you may be teaching other people to be more compassionate to themselves as well too. And this all can come from learning that, you know, learning the hard way by you being a little bit mean to yourself. But I love this energy for you. I feel like this is such a beautiful, uplifting energy. I love that we have transformation at the bottom. And then look, these cards look very similar because we have sacred plan. So we have two cards talking about a specific sacred plan, and that this is a path that you are meant to be taking. And I think with this underneath here, we have surrender. And so take some of the pressure off yourself about needing to make all of the right decisions. You have other forces that are helping you here as well, uplifting you. And I think that regardless, this is what's meant to happen for you is definitely going to happen. So you don't have to have all of the answers just yet. Things are going to be coming to you. You don't have to control every aspect or need to know every step of the way. This is something that is going to be very sacred and special to you. And this is something that is going to unfold quite naturally. I feel like this is a pile where maybe things are going to be seemingly like you were just in the right place at the right time. Or maybe for some of you, it seems like, oh, this is just luck, how this has happened. But inside, you know, it's not luck, because I can see that you've worked for this as well. Like, this is something that you are putting effort in and work in. So it's not just luck, but you may try to downplay this and be like, oh, it's just luck or whatever, because of how it's happening and because of maybe how it starts to unfold for you. When that happens, just know that's because this is your path. This is what's meant to be. And so with that being said, you can kind of release a lot of that pressure of needing to control, or that pressure of making the right choices, and all of that. That seems to be something that is going to be leaving as well too. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get some advice for you. I got two decks for advice for you, but what advice do we have for pile one about this? So the bottom of the deck energy for you, we have the universe works fast and I'm having fun. I love that because I think we had, did we have the 10 of Cups with you? No. Oh, no, we have the 10 of Pentacles. Well, anyways, this is so important. I feel like sometimes we forget to have more fun. Enjoy the process a little bit more, you know, enjoy the moments here. We have my vibes speak louder than my words. And then we also have through prayer and meditation, I create a ripple effect of peace in the world. Oh, you know, the fact with these two cards coming together, like this is talking about a ripple effect and creating the peace in the world, or it's just, I think, and it says that your vibes speak louder. This is about you also being accountable and being aware of what your kind of mindset is at times. Now, of course, I always say too, like sometimes being high vibe all the time. That's not always possible, and that's fine as well too. But this is like your mindset. What are you giving off? What kind of energy are you putting into this? Are you putting into this fear? Are you putting into doubt? Are you putting into like, oh, well, I heard I'm tired of this grandpa from the movie Holes. I'm tired of this grandpa. Or are you putting into this with this faith? Are you putting into hope? Are you putting into trust? Are you kind of surrender? This has a great effect on, like this card says, the ripple effect that you're putting out. So be aware, because sometimes we forget that we are accountable for our own vibes at times too. So to raise your vibration any way that you can is something good. And also just remember, there's, you know, I'm hearing for you specifically, remember that your vibe can shift just as easily as your perspective can shift. So for some of you, this is about maybe shifting into a gratitude type of mindset, which is a great way to raise your vibration. But it's like, it's because I know that was a little hard to explain, because I'm hearing, for some reason, I'm hearing like the fairy godmother from Shrek 2, where she's like, happiness is only a teardrop away or something like that. And so it's like, I don't know if that's what she says, but what I'm getting from that is that it's like this vibe shift is only like one perspective shift away. Like all you have to do is just be aware of it and shift it. And I think that's something that you can personally do very naturally, and it would be obviously to your own. But if you don't know, obviously gratitude, like we said, is such a great way to shift your perspective, because a lot of the time we're focusing on what we don't have. We don't even realize that we're focusing on what we don't have. And so with these two cards coming out together, there was a sense of like needing to be accountable for what you're putting your awareness to. And then with that, that's basically it. Oh, I've been worried. My awareness has been to and worry. All right, let me just cut that out and shift over here. You know what I'm saying? I think this is something that can come very easily to you, just as long as you're aware of it. And it's like a muscle at the same time. It's like a muscle. It'll, you know, it'll go back. It'll want to go back to where it's like more comfortable, where it's more natural. And you just bring that awareness again and keep shifting and shifting and training that muscle, and it'll get easier for you as well. So what is the last and final advice? Oh, that was my bad. What is the last and final advice we have here for pile 1? Ooh, I love this. We have ups and downs. I see life as an incredible ride, and I'm lucky to be on it. Yes, the ups and downs make me want to puke sometimes, but they're also what makes things fun and interesting. And when you look back, even puking on yourself makes for a good story. I love this for your final advice, because this is kind of like what we were talking about, that change coming. If you're feeling down, the positive news is that it's gonna change. One of the best, we have perseverance at the bottom as well too, which is actually, and manifestation. And these are the strength. That's crazy, because these are all three the special bonus cards that are together as well. So this is, and you know what? This is almost like the major arcana of this deck. And so that means that this is an important spiritual lesson on your important spiritual path. Like that means that it's like serious, like not serious as in like you have to be serious, but like this is something that is a big like checkpoint for you, I guess you would say, on your path. But yeah, like we were saying, one of the biggest and most things that you can always look forward to is that things change, that nothing stays the same. And you can look forward to that when you're going through tough times, to know that tough times do not last forever. And even when you're going through the ups, when you're going through the positive times, knowing that they don't last forever also means that they will come back. You know, that they're constantly ebbing and constantly flowing. So this isn't going to be the only positive time you will ever experience. Like things are going to come back as well too, for you to experience more. And I feel called to read this one for you. So we're We're going to read the Perseverance for you. So it says, it seems you're on a massive journey right now, and this card has arrived to remind you that you will reach the other side. The mountain you're climbing is huge and formidable, but so is your ability to climb it. You don't need to enjoy it. You just need to tackle it. Complain if it makes the job easier. Blow off steam. You think mountain climbers get to the top of Everest on inspirational quotes? No way. They're grunting and crying and cursing like freaking pirates. That just doesn't sell a lot of posters. You know what I love about both of these cards as well? They both talk about you not always needing to enjoy it every single time, like the whole thing, sorry, the whole step of the way. I don't know what that was coming out. You don't have to enjoy it every single time. Validate your frustrations, because you know, that whole like toxic positivity, even though we're talking about, you know, your vibes speak louder than your words, I think that's more of like a whole, like, and that's more of like in regards to your mindset, like training your mindset, but also at the same time, like you don't have to, you can understand that sometimes we go through things that just suck. And like it says, like, yeah, you can complain about it. You know, there's nothing wrong with being frustrated as well. Just don't give up, because these frustrations are not going to be in vain. This is going to be something that's so worth it. You're going to come out on the other side better, stronger than ever. And I think it's going to be a beautiful story, like this talks about as well too. And I think that's in regards to this Teacher Awakens. Like this is going to be an amazing like story. Like, you know how like when you hear people's, like when they're doing those like TED Talks and things like that, or those inspirational stories, and they're talking about some of the worst or hardest times that they've gone through, but it's making that story basically what it is. Like that's the whole thing that reels people in and makes them believe as well too. They're like, wow, I hear that this person was going through this, or they had to go through all these obstacles, but just the fact that they came out on top, because we have the Six of Wands for you as well too, just the fact that they came out on top, you know, is enough inspiration to help other people around, not only yourself in your future quests. Like this is inspiration for you in your future quests as well too, when you're going through other obstacles. But for the most part, you know what I'm saying? It's like other people are going to be like, dang, like that's legit. Or like what we were saying before too, like they're going to be like, dang, if they can do it, I can do it too. Just a beautiful story. All of these things, all of these ups and downs are like it says, a part of your beautiful, beautiful story that is still being written at the same time. But yeah, your manifestations are coming in. They definitely are. I don't think you have much longer. I feel like this is coming shortly, because I do feel like for some of you, you've kind of been putting in, you know, you feel like you've been paying your dues. And then with this faith, regardless of the timing, because we have faith and we have perseverance and we have all of these things, it's coming no matter what. So if you look at it at that mindset as well too, because sometimes one of the biggest enemies that we can have is our own self-doubt of like, is this happening? So like, if you looked at it from the perspective of like, I know for a fact I'm going to get there. I know for a fact I'm going to do this. It's just only a matter of time. Then I feel like it, you know, the perseverance isn't that hard. So maybe for some of you, you know, work on your belief of like 100% knowing that this is for you and it's going to happen. And all you have to do is just wait, or put in the work and, you know, wait. That's it. It's a done deal. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of like, that helps our minds, I think, be more secure at the same time too, because we don't want to put in a bunch of work and all this stuff if we know it's not going to happen, you know. So you're getting confirmation that it is going to happen. It's only a matter of time. And I love that for you. So I am going to leave this reading here. I really hope it helped. Thank you so much if you stayed till the end. Thank you so much to all who support the channel any type of way as well. All who like, subscribe, and all of that good stuff. Just know that I love you for that. And I can't wait to see you guys in the next pick a card. Oh, if you don't want to miss the next pick a card and you're not subscribed, you are more than welcome to go ahead and subscribe now. So I'll see you again, or we'll cross paths again. And I can't wait to read for you guys in the future. I'll see you there though. Bye. Hi Pile 2, and welcome to your reading if you chose this Sun card, or if you chose the Anima Mundi Tarot deck, whichever one, welcome. So today we are looking at what positive news do you have coming your way? So far, with you and specifically pile 2, I was getting channeled, like really direct channeled messages, like before we even started. And, or before I even pressed play, I guess you would say, on the video. And, one of the messages was good things to come. So good things to come for you. The other one was allowing things to unfold naturally and not trying to force specific outcomes. So I guess we'll see what that's about, because without me knowing any other, you know, information here, that does seem a little vague, but let's see. So Spirit, I'm going to shuffle this one more time because these shuffles were just not it. So Spirit, if you can please tune me into my pile 2's energy, please, my pile 2 situation, and please show me in pile 2 with the most clarity, what positive news do they have coming their way? Jeez. All right. That's enough of that. What positive news does pile 2 coming their way? First things first, I want to see, what is this in regards to? What positive news is in regards to? Oh, we have the moon. Interesting. What is this in regards to? The Queen of Cups and the Ace of Cups. Wow. I feel as though the moon card for some of you could be this like emotional journey that you've been on. Definitely in regards to how you've been feeling, to say the least, because we have the Queen of Cups and we have the Ace of Cups, and I feel like this is also a beautiful energy of feeling renewed. Oh my gosh, right when we say that, we have the Fool. So one of the things that this positive news is going to be bringing is definitely a beautiful new... I feel like a new start and a renewal in your emotions. So if you have been feeling very heavy, if you've been feeling, maybe for some of you, it's like you don't know, there's like this feeling of uncertainty, and there's maybe a feeling of fear here with the moon, and you don't know what's coming next, or you don't know what the future holds, or this could just be like we were talking about, like these heavy emotions kind of coming up. There is going to be like almost like a very uplifting feeling for you. And we have the Fool here too. So let's see. Ooh, underneath that we have Justice. So let's clarify these and we'll see what this positive news is. So clarifying the moon card here. Positive news. Pile 2 have. So we have the 9 of Wands coming out along with the 5 of Swords. Interesting. And you know what's crazy is how I was sensing that this moon was like, this is like a journey for you. I feel like this has been something that's kind of a long time coming, these battles, these obstacles as well, that you feel like you've kind of been facing. And you know, the fact of the irony is that you chose the Sun card specifically. So I feel like this is positive news, is that the sun is going to be coming out for you, pile 2. Things are going to be getting better. This veil, it seems to be, it's going to be getting lifted for you. But I do feel like with the 5 of Swords and the 9 of Wands, this has been a kind of tough battle. You may have been kind of pulling through. This could be about your mental health as well. I can definitely see that, because sometimes the way that we're feeling can definitely affect our mental health. And I feel like as well as the moon is having cycles, you know, the moon cycles don't last forever. And so with that being said, I think that a cycle is going to be ending for you too. A tough cycle, I'm hearing, a tough cycle is going to be ending for you. And things are just going to be, you're just going to be feeling better. Things are going to start to get better. So let's see what specifically this is about. Oh, we have the 10 of Cups at the bottom too. I love that. So what is this Queen of Cups here? Can you tell us about this Queen of Cups? What positive news is coming to pile 2 in regards to this Queen of Cups? We have Justice coming out for you again. Things are going to be shifting. The scales are going to be coming back into balance. things are going to start working in your favor. I feel like you are a very compassionate and maybe at times a very sensitive person. And maybe you felt like at times the universe wasn't on your side, or things just weren't working the way that you wanted them to go. And I feel like this is about that first message of good things to come. Things are going to start working in your favor. Things are going to start working out for you. You're going to start seeing the different side of this. And all in all, just kind of feeling better. The justice is very much about you. I feel like getting your justice, as in like the things that you've been through, the things that you're going through. You know, it's not going to be that way forever. Actually, there's a whole nother side to this that you haven't experienced yet that is going to be coming your way. But I feel like this has been something that, specifically with the justice, this could be something in regards to, for some of you, this could be a relationship, because sometimes justice can be the karmic relationships coming out. This could be something legal working in your favor as well. If you've been fighting for something, fighting for some sort of, you know, justice in some sort of legal debate or anything like that, court case, anything as well. This can definitely be working in your favor for that. And I think that, you know, your compassion for yourself, but this Queen of Cups, like you also listening to your intuition, and this compassion that you've had for yourself is really creating this justice outcome. I think that there's things behind the scenes that are happening for you in your favor that you may not be seeing yet, especially with the moon. The moon can also be about things that are unseen. They can be about illusions, or just not us being able to see things 100% clearly yet due to whatever had happened. This could be like, you know, an argument with somebody, or you kind of just battling, whether you feel like you're battling your own mind at times, or you feel like you're battling other people. Regardless, this is about, I think, things coming to an end. I'm also hearing maybe you're going to be able to get more rest as well, and things kind of shifting into your favor. And maybe some things that you've kind of been worried about are kind of going to be leaving your life as well too at that same time. So let's see what this Ace of Cups is. I'm really interested in these two, because these are like that fresh start. The Ace is like a new beginning. Oh, look, we have the Ace of Wands as well. Oh, I love this for you. So before we even look at this card, I feel like this Ace of Wands is you guys coming out of a dark time. This is about you if you've been feeling very depressed lately, or if you just maybe all in all have not been feeling like yourself. This is shifting for you. This is changing. This Ace of Wands is coming to say that you're not going to feel like that forever. You're actually going to start feeling better. Maybe, you know, a little bit more inspired as well. So we have the Seven of Cups in reverse with the Ace of Cups. I'm sorry, not the Eight of Cups. We have the Seven of Cups with the Ace of Cups here in reverse. This is again about illusions kind of coming like, or illusions, I'm sorry, kind of leaving. I don't know why I was saying coming, kind of leaving your life, things becoming more clear. And I think this is about your thoughts and all of the things that have been bugging you. So specifically, that could be different for each and every one of you. But there's been a lot, I feel like, kind of weighing on your mind. A lot of choices maybe you felt like you need to make, and things are just going to be becoming, now I can't talk, a lot more clear and a lot more steady. I think you're going to be more focused as well. And things are just going to start making a lot more sense. For some of you, this is about a clear choice for you too coming to mind, because when you think about the Seven of Cups, there's usually all of these cups, right? And that's kind of the whole basis of it, is like choosing which one. So with this Ace of Cups coming here, which the Ace is just one cup, for some of you this is a specific choice, some clarity coming to you as well about what it is that you've chosen. And I think that you're gonna realize that you did make the right choice all along. So if you've been doubting yourself or doubting your choices, the right choice is going to present itself to you, or you're going to realize that you've made this right choice all along. You have been following your intuition, regardless of like the confusion. And I think that Spirit also wants to commend you, Pile 2, for your ability to overcome anything, and commend you for your resilience at the same time. I think Spirit wants you to give yourself more credit too. So what is this Fool? Clarify this Fool for us, please, Spirit. Why is the Fool card here? We have the Five of Pentacles, and we have the Eight of Wands. Tough times are going to be ending for you. this full card is about these tough times, and this positive news that's coming is that these tough times are going to be over. We have the Knight of Wands as well. With this Eight of Wands, things are going to start moving in your direction. I feel as though this is kind of a little bit repeated, or maybe a little bit repetitive, but I feel like with this full card, this is like you feeling lighter, you feeling better, you breaking free of all of the things that were holding you down. For some of you, this is financial things. Like for some of you, could have been going through hardships in the finance department. This is going to be better. You know, you're going to be feeling better. And for some of you, this could be about things that you just weren't feeling secure with in general, or just hard times in general. Since this Five of Pentacles, we do see it's very cold and snowy. And then like how we were talking about the moon as well, like this cold, dark night. Some of you could even be going through a dark night of the soul, actually. And a lot of the times, dark night of the soul can feel like a depression. It can feel, because all of these things are coming up. Also an ego death at times can feel like a depression as well, because all of these things that you were attached to, all of these things that your ego, I should say, was attached to, those illusions are no longer fitting. And so sometimes we feel like this, almost like this identity crisis. We lose our relationships. We lose, you know, sometimes we lose our jobs. Sometimes we lose all of these things that we attach ourselves to. And so at times it can feel like you're like, who am I? What is going to happen? I don't know. There's all this uncertainty. And I think that there's so much clarity coming to you. But in regards to the emotional aspect, this positive news is coming for you. You are going to be feeling better. You are going to be more uplifted, and you are going to have more energy, is what I'm hearing as well. But yeah, if you were worried about finances, this is going to be better for you. It's going to be almost like a fresh start feeling wise, with all of these aces and all of this full energy, for sure. Okay, let's get some oracles now for you. I like that we have the Roadrunner for this Eight of Wands. That's so cute, because that's like a definite fast moving energy. So I think when things start moving for you, they're gonna be moving. It's like if you felt as though too things have kind of been halted for you, like at a standstill, this is definitely a message that when they go, they're gonna go. Okay. Oh, we have inner strength here. Move back to wholeness. Recognize that you have the power. Yeah. I think your inner strength has been tested, pile 2, and you're going to be rewarded for this. And that's what I love about, I feel like this positive news coming to you is that this snow is going to be melting. The sun is going to be rising. All of these things, or you're just going to be coming out of like this time and feeling so much better. And I just can't put enough emphasis on just feeling better, because I feel like this is something that maybe you've been wanting or have been trying to do, and your efforts have been seen as well too. Oh, I love this card for you, because we have the Divine Director, because you know I love me some divine intervention, especially when you've been longing for some change. So we have the Divine Director, intervention and purpose. Divine intervention is occurring. Know that you are being guided, and happiness is your purpose. So you are being guided towards happiness. For some of you, you've been releasing a lot of things, a lot of unknown things too, that have kind of just been there. And you may not even have physically known you've been releasing things, and that could be why you have been going through these things, or why you have been feeling this way. This is like a giant purge for you. And if I can speak on my personal experiences, I am someone who definitely has gone through many death and rebirth processes in my life. A lot of them due to relationships or finances and things like that. Look like this could be in regards to. And I am someone who can testify that after these heavy moments and these heavy situations and these dark times, the light and the energy just feels that much better. This is a time where you are going to be appreciating when you feel good, when you have this energy, when things are working in your favor. You're really going to be so grateful for this, and you're really going to feel it on a deeper level than we would if just times were good all the time. You know what I'm saying? It is that ups and downs and the ebb and flows, and it is true. I know it's cliche, but it is true what they say about the dark times make us really appreciate the light. And I think it's so beautiful, and I'm getting a little emotional kind of feeling that coming for you. And I think that Spirit is kind of saying, okay, enough is enough. It's time for you to feel better. It's time for you to get better. And I think it's time for you to remember that good things are on the way and good things do happen to you. I feel like your psychic gifts are increasing as well too. That's other positive news for you. Some of your psychic gifts and your spiritual gifts are increasing right now at this time too. So that's always cool. That always comes with other things too as well too. Like the higher, you know, you increase, the more you kind of got rid. You know, it's so true. What they say is, you know, the more you want to level up, sometimes you got to go into those deep pits, that darkness, that shadow, and we got to face these things that we don't want to deal with, or these things that, you know, we feel hold us down. And it's not because they're gonna hold us down forever or anything like that. It's because a lot of the times we're about to upgrade, you know, we're about to skyrocket. Ooh, speaking of that, we have higher learning. You have learned from experience. More inner study is now required to further progress. Yeah, what we were just talking about, in order to further progress, you have to kind of go within, and you have to deal with a lot of the things that come up that aren't necessarily, you know, the best things. Like a lot of the times, you know, when we see, oh, the spiritual journey, like from, you know, like the internet perspective or like social media perspective, a lot of it's like, we're so positive, it's so happy, oh, blah, blah, blah. Like no one, I don't want to say no one. There's a lot of people that talk about this. There's a lot of good people out there that share, you know, the right information, but for the most part, we kind of get this idea that it's like, okay, things are going to be so good for us. Now we're so connected to spirit and all of this, and now everything should just be going great and blah, blah, blah. But really, a lot of it is facing the shadow. A lot of it is facing the things that we don't want to. And we're no longer in this ignorance of just letting things, you know, happen the way and not being aware of, you know, these things that we're supposed to be, and just, you know, ignoring it. That's kind of one of the things too, is that veil is lifted and you kind of see the truth for what it is. And sometimes it's not always what we want, or it's not what we want to experience, but it's for a reason. It's always for a reason. And that's something that we can remember as well too, that these just aren't happening to us for no reason. There's a specific, there's always something to gain, always something to learn, and there's usually a specific reason why something is happening. But I feel like you have been learning a lot as well, and I feel like a lot of the knowledge that you have been learning about yourself is going to help you in future, I don't want to just say a specific, like a future specific experience, but yeah, future experiences, I should say. Let's get one more of these cards. What else can you tell us about pile two's good news that they have on the way? This is such a good card for good news too. I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm getting so excited for your cards. Maybe it's because like when this energy comes in, like you're going to be like, finally, you know, like it's like exciting for you. So we have Lord Ganesh with infinite abundance. Obstacles are being removed. Spiritual support and connections are increasing. This is definitely that divine intervention and divine purpose. Now, I am getting called to remind you that obstacles being removed sometimes can be things that we are holding on to. They can be people in our lives or situations in our lives that we no longer need, that we have outgrown, that are holding us back. Sometimes when I think of like Lord Ganesh, or I think of like the elephant spirit, you know, trampling over obstacles, sometimes it feels as though an obstacle has been put in our way, but really it's divine intervention of removing things that are no longer for us to replace these things with better things, things that we deserve more of as well. So for some of you, that's a specific message about this information, but also the main message with your tarot too is to remind you that it is going to get better. So whatever it looks like right now, or whatever it feels like right now, it's this beautiful new beginning, or this beautiful new emotional start with this Ace of Cups. This is like, it's going to happen regardless. So you don't really have to worry or try to control on how and things of that nature. You know, it's happening for you naturally. And I think that was one of the messages. Oh, I think that was one of the messages in the beginning. I can't even remember what I said now, but I think if I'm correct, one of them was like letting things occur naturally, letting things go, letting things kind of happen, and kind of releasing that control, because it seems like spirit has a lot to do with this. Ooh. Bottom of the deck, we have hope. Oh, hope, love, and acceptance. Love is yours. Recognize your divine worth. Choose loving thoughts. I love that too for you. We're going to leave that one up, actually. So we have one more oracle, and then we're going to get the advice. So what else can you tell us, please, Spirit, about this positive news coming into pile 2's reality, coming into pile 2's life? What else can you tell us about this, please? Ask and receive. Ooh, some things you've been praying for. And I'm also hearing to ask more and pray for more too. Don't be ashamed or any way to ask your guides and angels for the things that you want. Get real specific with it as well too. But this ask and receive is about you receiving those things that you have been praying for. This is about you receiving that wish or the things to work out. If you've just been wanting things to be better or whatever it is specifically that you've been wanting to work out for you, or wanting, you know, this is about you being heard, that your prayers have been being heard, and things are shifting for you in your highest good. Oh, and then yeah, we have divine timing. Always that dang divine timing, right? Divine timing, I know it is perfect timing, but sometimes we just want things now, you know. I can definitely vouch for that as well. So we have compassion coming, and I feel like with this compassion, this is about you kind of letting up on yourself. If you've been really hard on yourself lately, or you just feel like, you know, these things are a lot of this is your fault, or you're to blame, or, you know, you're kicking yourself. This, you know, have more compassion for yourself. You're being asked to. And this could be a perspective shift that will allow you to have more compassion and more understanding, is what I'm hearing at the same time. So be easy on yourself too. Yeah, I feel like, you know, you maybe have been a little bit harder on yourself than you need to be. And so be easy on yourself. Compassion is a gift, and compassion is something that we all deserve. And the world can be a hard place at times. The world can sometimes feel like it doesn't have compassion for us at times. You know, that's how it feels. So when that's the case, you know, be that person that you need yourself to be. Be that best friend. Be that voice of reason. Be that uplifting person that says, hey, you know, we're going to get through this. Or, you know, you did not deserve that. You don't deserve that. You do deserve better. Or, you know, at least be that person that says, I understand your feelings. I get it. You know, when everyone else around us may not understand, we can always understand ourselves and validate ourselves. And just being kind to yourself is something that is very important. I feel like Spirit's like, this is like ask and receive. Like, we hear you on what you've been asking. Now we're asking you to be compassionate. Especially if you're waiting as well too, and time's passing, you know, don't beat yourself up. We saw that divine timing. Oh, sometimes there's not much you can really do. And so be kind to yourself. You got it. You know, you're going to get through it. And you're good enough for it as well too. For better. All right, let's get one more here before we get your advice. So what is the other... What else can you tell us, Spirit, about this positive news coming into pile 2's life? We have inner... Oh, these cards came out in pile 1 too, both of these. Inner child healing for sure. Oh, I love that. We have harmony and resolution at the bottom too coming for you. So there is going to be more harmony coming into your life. Whatever problems that or obstacles you feel like you have been facing, they are going to be resolved. There is going to be solutions. I think that's kind of like with that specific message for that like clarity here, that one choice, you know, there is going to be a solution, or solutions, I should say, showing up in your reality. So it's going to get easier is what I'm hearing too. And with this inner child healing, specifically your message is a little bit different than pile 1's. With this inner child healing, this is about your worthiness. And no longer settling for what it is, anything that you feel is less worthy than what it is that you know you deserve. This is about you being more protective over your energy, protective over your inner child, and not letting anyone or anything just come through and make you feel any type of way anymore. Like, this is about you standing up, I feel like, for yourself, and not in so much of a physical sense, like, you know, standing up to somebody, and that could be the case, like, you know, but like standing up to somebody and like maybe cussing them out or something like that. That's not really what I'm getting here. It's more along the lines of like, you're saying like, no, like, I deserve better than that, so we're not doing that today. And then comforting yourself, maybe when things happen or if someone hurts you or whatever the case is, you know, it's like, you're that voice of reason, you're that person, and you're the, you know, you're that protector, and you're the only one that's going to, it's like, you're the only one now that's going to what am I trying to say? It's like, you're the only one now that's going to let anything affect you in any type of way. Like, you're not playing those games anymore is what I'm hearing. You're not putting up with that stuff anymore. I love that for you. All right, we'll get that one right now. Let's get some advice cards for you. And I'm hearing again with this justice, it's like, you're gonna, for something specific, you're gonna get something that's been owed to you. So whether that is just energetically, like things working out for you, or if you were wronged in any way, it's gonna come back to you in whether the same form or different form. Like, it's gonna work out. Bottom of the deck, we have the universe has my back. Oh, I love that. To remember that things are working out for you in your favor. And Spirit does have your back, even though sometimes it may not feel like it. In any moment, I can surrender to the powerful presence of love through prayer, contemplation, and stillness. This is a beautiful advice for you. This is about you kind of quieting those doubts, quieting your mind when you feel like you need to, when you feel as though maybe the anxiety or the uncertainty or whatever it is that is kind of weighing you down, when you feel like it's kind of coming off balance or kind of overtaking you, that you can always, at any point in time, connect to your inner self, connect to that compassion, and connect to that peace. You have it within you, and you are able to bring it to the front. You are able to bring it forward and say that this is how you're going to be living your life now. Like, I don't want to always be in fear. I don't want to always be sad, or I don't want to always be like this way. You know, it's like, I know that I am love, and that I am a being of love, and love surrounds me, and you do have so much spiritual support, and you do have so much love around you energetically that you can tap into it at any point in time. Just ask for it. Ask for that compassion. Ask for that love. Ask for that, to see things from a different perspective. Ask to be shown, you know, what it is that needs to be shown for you. I feel like there's a lot that you're learning about your worthiness, and that could have affected maybe your relationship with Spirit, and the fact of that you may not even think to ask for certain things, or you may feel like, oh, I don't know, I don't need to ask for that, or I'm okay, or I need to be grateful. And Spirit's saying you deserve so much more, so please ask. Like, we're here for you. We're willing to help in any way that we can. We need you to ask. We want you to ask, and we want you to feel like you are worthy of asking. You're not a burden to anyone in any way, shape, or form. You never were, and your needs are deserved to be met by everyone around you in a certain, in a certain aspect. And so with that being said, sometimes, setting a boundary in a way is asking for like what it is you deserve. Saying that this is what it is, this is what it's going to be, and know that you are worthy of receiving that no matter what it, like, and I'm talking about like if this was like another person, like not Spirit obviously, but like another person too, like whatever they give you is what they're able to give you, and if it doesn't meet what it is that you deserve, then you kind of have your answer at times, right there. But for the most part, I feel like this is about you, asking Spirit and surrendering and knowing that you're going to be taken care of regardless is something that's so beautiful as well. Like, I feel like there's a really strong motherly energy around you. This could be the divine feminine of the universe, like the divine mother. So if you kind of have been feeling called to or feeling a feminine energy around you, you know, in other ways, it could be like Mother Mary. There's a lot of different versions of the, you know, the divine feminine or the divine mother, I'm sorry, energy around you. But to kind of tap into that, because I feel like the universe wants to cradle you right now. And I know that sounds so weird, but it's the message that's been trying to come out is that you're kind of, the universe wants you to know that you're in the womb right now of the divine mother, or the divine mother is trying to protect you, like in this womb here, and just fill you with love. And I know that probably sounds so weird to some of you, but that's the message. And so to be open to receiving it, be open to accepting it, because there's a lot of love for you. You are so loved, pile 2. And a lot of the things around us are illusions as well too, like lack and fear and things like that. That is there's such powerful, strong illusions that the world can, you know, project to us. And so to remember as well that only love is real, and that there always will be a way to overcome anything, and that you don't have to stress so hard sometimes about things. All right, let's get one more of these, and then we will get the last one for you. Ooh, I love that the dragonfly could be an important symbol to you. Oh, and the owl as well, too. I do whatever it takes to get closer to consciousness. But for some reason, this dragonfly came out, and the dragonfly is the symbol of change and transformation. So that could be something that you're going to be seeing a lot more, or that could be something that you haven't seen. But anyways, the card says, I always trust the direction of the universe and known that I am being guided. Oh, I love that as well too. I know at times we can feel so alone in this world, and at times we feel like no one can understand us, or that no one's there, or sometimes has our back. And this is a reminder that spirit does have your back, and that you are always being divinely guided. This Fool card, I feel, is in regards to you as well, being able to trust in where you're being led without having to know all the answers. That's why the Fool can kind of come up. He can kind of seem a little naive to other people, and that may be so, but you know, he's able to blindly walk off a cliff and know that he's divinely guided regardless, that he's stepping foot on this journey, and he's guided. And I think, like, with that kind of energy, that new renewal energy that we're seeing coming for you, that Fool type of energy, it's for you to also to remember that you are divinely guided regardless of where you even know that you are or where you're going. And if you ever feel lost, pile 2, just remember that you're never truly lost. You are the center. And that's why, you know, it's important. We always say, oh, find your center, find your center. Yeah, you are the center of wherever it is that you are at. You know, you're never truly, truly lost, even though it may feel that way. Oh, we have worthiness coming for you as well, too. I kind of feel called to read that. I am worthy of the ultimate happiness. I deserve and accept it. And damn it, I'm not going to feel guilty about it when I get it. Guilt is not invited to my happiness party. I won't even tell him where it is. If he asks about it, I'll be like, no, I think you're thinking of something else. And then I'll run away very quickly. That is so funny. This is, I feel like, in regards to one of those the first beginning messages. When, you know, these good things happen to you, or when, you know, things are going your way, don't ever feel guilty. Just make sure that you remember that you truly believe that you are 100% worthy of receiving all of these beautiful things that the spirit has to offer, that the world has to offer for you as well too. You should never feel guilty for accepting things that are good for you, or like if someone wants to help you out or give you something, if you're the type that's like, oh no, I can't, you know, or like someone wants to pay for something for you, if you're like, oh no, I can't, spirit wants you to cut that out. Spirit wants you to be like, wow, really? Thank you. I'm so grateful. You know what I'm saying? And in that way, you know, you're showing too that, like, you deserve great things. I love that it says, I deserve and accept it. Okay, so what is one more advice card? Or I guess I'll just call them ending messages here for pile 2, please. Spirit, one more. I love these little cards. They're so silly and so fun, but they have such powerful, impactful messages. Ooh, we have a bonus card for you, and it's spontaneity. Excuse me, I feel like I have to burp. No, I'm okay. Okay. Do you like spontaneous adventures of the highest caliber? The only acceptable answer to this question is yes. So buckle up, Charlie. You're about to take a wild ride through the unexplored, unconventional, and underrated. You're about to learn that yes is a magic word with the power to unlock new dimensions in space, time, and after-hour hangouts. Yes will lead you to experiences you don't think possible and teach you that lifelong friendships are sometimes lurking just behind a karaoke singer's mullet. And then it's a little tiny thing. It says, there's a pretty good chance your name is not Charlie. Yeah, I love that. So again, that's like kind of like that example of like when someone offers you something, you're going to say, you know, say yes to new experiences, say yes to life, that there's so many other people and other things in other places that, you know, you have not even met yet or been yet. And it all does really start with you just kind of opening up to them, opening up to new things, new adventures, new changes, even if they're not there yet, you know, like when you feel called to do something, you know, or if something kind of excites you in a way, just say yes, even if you are a little bit fearful. But I feel like yes is like your new best friend. Obviously, know when to say no, like, and this is in regards to your energy wise. Like if you feel like, you know, something is going to be too much energy, or you feel like you just don't want to do something, then of course say no. But when it comes to trying new things, doing new things, or like accepting help or accepting other people's you know, gifts, or even just the gifts of the universe, the answer is yes. For sure, because you deserve it. And I love at the bottom too, we have positive thinking. So this is about you nourishing those parts of your mind, you know, that help you, and remembering that you're awesome. I feel like for advice for some of you, you know how like there's always advice of like a gratitude journal. I feel like for you specifically, pile 2, one thing that would help you, or like that you should do, is every once in a while, or maybe even every day, you know, get out a journal, or like if you have a gratitude journal, and just write down things about you that just make you so special and so awesome. Like all of the things you love about yourself, and they can be very like vague, or they could be very specific. They could be big things. They could be little things. Just start to do that, because I think that sometimes you underestimate how cool you really are and how much you really have to offer this world and other people. And that could be a great reminder. It's like a gratitude journal, but for yourself, you know, for you specifically. And I think that would be really beautiful and maybe even helpful too. So with that being said, I am going to leave this message here. Thank you so much for staying. I really hope you got something out of it. I really hope it helped. I just want to remind you again that you are so, so, so loved, and you are so supported. And just remember that you are just so worthy of everything that you've ever wanted. And so when it comes to you, don't be afraid to accept it and open up to it. So yeah, on that note, thank you again. I can't wait to read for you guys in the next pick a card. Also, if you aren't subscribed and you enjoyed this reading and you would like to see another pick a card, you can go ahead and subscribe now if that's something you're interested in, or maybe we'll cross paths again one day, who knows. But again, thank you for being here, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. Bye! Hi pile 3, welcome to your reading if you chose this Sun card, or if you chose the Ascension Tarot, whichever one, welcome. So today we are seeing what positive news is going to be entering your life, or what positive news do you have coming your way. So I'm going to ask Spirit here to please tune me in to my pile 3 situation, tune me into my pile 3's energy, as well as show me and you with the most clarity what positive news is coming your way. What do you have to look forward to? What's coming? Okay, so we have the 3 of Wands coming out. That's already, I love that. I love this card too. This deck is so gorgeous. Gorgeous. Gorge. All right. So what positive news does pile 3 have coming? And what is this news in regards to as well? Let's see. What is this news in regards to? It's positive news. With the Three of Wands, it could be... I mean, the Three of Wands can definitely be positive news coming your way. This could be about manifestations as well. But I feel like you do definitely have some information coming to you. It could be something that you've been waiting for. For some of you, this could even be some sort of communication. Let's see. Tell me more about what positive news we have. So we have the King of Wands. We have Justice. We have the Six of Crystals, which is the Six of Pentacles in this deck. We have the Ace of Wands. Dang. We just have like I feel like with the Ace of Wands, it's going to be like a burst of positivity coming your way, like a burst of inspiration. But I feel like this with the Justice here, this is about things working in your favor. We have the Six of Crystals. So things, you know, the effort that you've been putting into something, the energy that you've been giving something is going to come back around in your favor here with this Justice. For some of you, the positive news with Justice could be something of a legal matter as well. Like it could be something working in your favor for some of you specifically. But with the King of Wands here, I think this is about you feeling more or less like you are the creator of your own life, and that things are just working out for you because of your efforts, because of the things that you do. And it's like you're going to be seeing your rewards start to come back around. And I'm hearing for some of you, this could be a long time coming. And this could be something that is karmically imbalanced for you. So it's karmically brought to you in a good way. Sometimes when we think about karma, it's negative, it's bad. And a lot of times it can be very positive, because we can also create our own karma as well too. Sometimes we feel like karma is an outer force that we don't have control over, but really we can create our own karma by the seeds that we plant. You know, you plant certain seeds and you water them, and what you get rewards is your karma. So in particular, you know, the King of Wands here could be your own growth. You could be being very aware of what seeds you've been planting, because sometimes, you know, sometimes we think that we plant certain seeds and we're not watering them correctly, and we get different results and we don't understand why. So I think this is about you kind of taking back your own sense of control here by your own divine actions, and they're going to be coming back around for you karmically to give you the rewards that you deserve. But let's see deeper. Three of Wands. Can you... Ooh. We have the Nine of Cups. We have the wish fulfillment card. So this is definitely, I feel like for a lot of you, like manifestations, or, you know, for some of you, because Justice can also represent karmic like partners. And like I said, karmic partners don't always have to be negative. They're just partners that are on your karmic path, you know? So for some of you, this could be in regards to a relationship. We're going to see obviously a little bit deeper. We have oracles and things like that. But for the most part, this is about you finding your own fulfillment in the journey as well. Like the Three of Wands is definitely a card about the journey. And I think that you're going to be finally reaching a destination where you feel so content, you know, where you're like, this is good. Like, I love this life. And you don't have to feel like that all the time. I know sometimes that can sound like, oh, a little bit unbelievable, but for the most part, you know what I'm saying? It's like that you're going to be very content with the things that you've cultivated and just your life in general, because the Nine of Cups is emotional contentness at the same time as it is wish fulfillment. And so with that being said, like, you're going to be reaching a point where things are just starting to look better, feel better. All in all, it's just going to be better for you. And so this positive news can be in regards as well to like some sort of glow up, or this positive news can be in, like we were talking about, your manifestations coming in, and even like, you know, you just being around the right people at the right times, and things just seemingly kind of just going your way in this case. But let's see. King of Wands. Why is this King of Wands here? What can you tell us? We have the Seven of Cups. All right. This is about those seeds that we were talking about, you making the correct choices for yourself. And with that being said, you may have, you know, it may have been hard for you. It may have, you may have had to let certain things go. You may, like, whether that's mindsets, habits, people, places, regardless, you know. And with that being said, like, all of that is not going to be in vain here. The choices that you've been making are going to be what comes back around here for you. So, and since this is a positive news reading, it's obvious that, you know, it's positive choices. But like we were saying before, there could be a message as well too, you know, to again pay a little bit more attention to those seeds that you're planting. This was actually a message, I feel like, in another reading. And it came in the form of like, don't be planting orange seeds and expect to get apples. Because a lot of the times, if we're not getting the results in something that we want, or we're not getting, you know, we're just discontent with our life in general or whatever, a lot of the times we can see by sitting with ourselves, being 100% honest, looking back at our choices and every step of the way, like every single choice, you can eventually most likely find a pinpoint or the point, cross point on why you got those certain results. So with you kind of taking the power back in your own life, making the choices that you feel are best for you and your future, this positive news is definitely in regards to that future energy of you receiving all that you've been cultivating. And this could just be, it can start, guys, as little as like mindset choices. It can start as little as, you know, making just tiny little tweaks of choices throughout the day for you to feel better. Because a lot of the times the baby steps, you know, end up being big results eventually. And this is, I feel, all a part of your karmic path. So why is the Justice card here? What can you tell us about the Justice card for pile 3, please? We have the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, the Knight of Crystals. Interesting. This is definitely a slowly but surely type of energy. Things are going to be shifting. It may not be that everything kind of all comes in at once, but this is definitely a developing energy. This is something that is going to be gaining momentum. This is something that the more you put into it, the more you work for it, the definite longer lasting results and better it will actually be. That's not necessarily a bad thing. I'm sorry. That's not necessarily a bad thing to have something be a slow and steady effort. And to things come in, you know, when they're meant to come in gradually. That's actually a lot of times more beneficial when we have something like completely shift and flood all at once. That can be very overwhelming, and that can be obviously kind of easy come, easy go, I guess you would say, type of energy. So with this, it's like you're making these changes and they're gradually coming in, and you're going to be seeing more and more and more. Some of you may have even been seeing positive changes in your life already, but this is definitely about, I think the key word here would be about change, and it's about positive change, and it's about you and your choices and reaping the rewards. And I think this is about, I feel like very important to your healing journey. I'm actually even called to see, there's an elephant here that I didn't even notice. There's an elephant in the background, and elephants they can symbolize abundance. We have like this treasure chest, as well as there's like this, it looks like a hookah or whatever, but it has like this smoke in the air. And I think, you know, you don't see these things very clearly, you know, this mountain and this elephant, but I do believe that you will, the more you kind of go on. It's like these illusions or the smoke is going to be cleared. Elephants can definitely represent obstacles being removed, or at least you overcoming and trampling through certain obstacles to reach this side of where you are emotionally content with everything, or you got the rewards as well too. And this is all, like we said, this is all a part of that journey. And I think that the enjoyment for the journey, once you start seeing these things, or if you are start to see these things, it's going to be positive shifting as well too. Like, I do believe that you guys maybe are overcoming like your past, and you're headed into a much better place, more positivity, you know, where things are just going your way because you took back your power, because you said, I'm no longer going to be, you know, restricted by my subconscious mind, or I'm no longer going to be restricted by, or a victim, you would say. It's like, you're like, I'm no longer going to be a victim to these circumstances. And you're like, I realize that I create my circumstances, and I have the power to overcome any circumstances by my choices, by, you know, gradual day-to-day changes that are going to equal up to one better life. So what is a Six of Pentacles here? We have the Knight of Wands. Ooh, I love that. I feel like the Knight of Wands is about, it's a very energizing energy. It is a fast moving energy. And I think that this is also saying, because we were talking about things kind of coming in slow and steady, but I believe that this is also, you know, this is about you, like we said, putting in the work, putting in the time, like leaving no stone left unturned. These things are being seen, okay? And it's going to work out regardless of like how slow it is. And I feel like going from the Knight of Pentacles to the Knight of Wands is about momentum, like we were talking about, and things just feeling better. I think this is like a more passionate energy that you're going to be having, whether that's for your craft or just for your life in general. And you're going to be seeing like, and having more fun too, is what I'm hearing with this Knight of Wands. Like if things have been feeling like more like hard, or like it just feels like work or dread or whatever, it's like once you start getting these results back, once you start seeing your efforts come back around to you, or this good karma that you have coming back around to you, you're gonna start having more fun. And I feel like with this riding the wave, you know, this could be like, you know, the emotions, instead of letting life kind of the waves take over and crash on you, it's like you're gonna be riding it. Definitely. And then we have the Moon at the bottom too. So this is about you following your inspiration and following your intuition. And I love that we have the Ace of Wands kind of after this Moon, because this is kind of signifying after a dark time, that spark of inspiration is going to be coming. Maybe for some of you, if you felt like you didn't have a lot of energy, or you felt like maybe a little depressed at times as well too. This is that kind of initial spark. Oh wait, this is the Ace of Crystals though. Oh, this is Ace of Pentacles. Dang it, I hate when they do that. So basically, I'm sorry guys, the Ace of Crystals in like a lot of decks is the Ace of Wands, because the crystals are like this. And then so when I see a crystal like this, I think of the Ace of Wands. But then I'm like, wait, we have wands as wands. Okay. So this makes more sense now. So this is about you. And that could be true though, because a lot of times when I feel like when I do make mistakes like that, a lot of times they kind of are a little bit divinely guided at times too. Like this, for that message could have really been for somebody, like you are going to be receiving more inspiration or just more energy in general. But I love that we have the Moon here. I kind of like this even more for you, if I could be honest, because I feel like we have this Moon card here, which is like mystery. Like we don't know what's coming. You're stepping into the unknown. It's like you don't even know that there's going to be a specific opportunity or a certain opportunity here, or even a reward with the Ace of Pentacles here for you that's coming. Something that you don't even see coming yet. And that's obviously more positive news, that there's other opportunities that you're headed towards that you don't even see here. And it's because of the choices. Again, a lot of this is the choices that you're making right now in order, and like, and it takes a lot of trust and it takes a lot of faith, you know, to make those choices and to have faith that eventually you're going to get into a better place. Like, you know, trying to do the inner healing or the inner work, and to trust that it's going to lead you to a better mindset is something that your subconscious mind at times just not want to do. There's a lot of resistance. There's a lot of things that I feel like want to keep us trapped or want to hold us down. And you are definitely breaking free from that. And it's, I'm sorry, my eye is itching so bad. It's going to be well worth it. Okay, so let's see. What else can you tell us about this positive news that pile 3 has coming? Oh, speaking of that, we were literally just talking about keeping the faith. Like, it can be really hard to trust in yourself and to remember that, you know, you're going to be receiving these rewards regardless, especially if it's something that's like day to day, you know, and it kind of takes a while. But yeah, so we have faith. So stay calm, trust the good in yourself and others, and see the light in the world. So yeah, your faith could have been tested, but it is going to be rewarded as well here too. I keep seeing Mercury at the bottom too. So there could be like messengers or some sort of communication here for you. Oops. We have Paul the Venetian, which is experiencing grace. Share your gifts with grace. Waves of inspiration and love are coming to you. Now that makes me think of this Knight of Wands. Waves of inspiration are coming to you. Literally riding those waves. And I love that it's experiencing grace, because when I think of grace, I think of ease and grace, and I think of, like, you know, kind of this beautiful understanding and compassionate energy, along with, like, giving yourself grace is giving yourself that space and that compassion to experience things, and that understanding as well too, you know. Or like when we think of ease and grace, it's like things kind of coming with ease, and it's just not like you're naturally doing this, you're naturally understanding this. This is kind of like you're getting the hang of it, and you're just naturally going now, and it feels a lot better than trying to force things or trying to have control over the outcomes. It's like, you know, you're trusting in your actions and you're trusting in your choices, and you're kind of releasing the fact of like needing the outcome to be there right now or needing it to be this way, and you're just trusting that it's going to be what it's going to be. And I think for some of you, it's going to be better than what you could probably have imagined, or, you know, feel like you could control at the time, if that makes sense. So we have, when I looked at the clock, it was 17 exactly, which is the number of the star as well too. So a lot about faith coming through and rejuvenation. So we have Lord Shiva with transcendence. Rise up, honor your inner force. Steps are being given, and dance with the universe. This makes a lot of sense to me, because I was feeling before that you kind of are overcoming some sort of hard cycle, pile 3, or like, so you're kind of a cycle has ended for you. Because when I think of transcendence, I also think of the World card, and I was kind of getting that vibe from this as well. And I think that this is about you really like pushing through anything that's been holding you back. And this is that positive news that's coming, is that it is going to be easier, that you are going to be able to transcend this, that, you know, the hard times aren't going to last forever, and that there's a new cycle beginning for you, and it's going to be the one that you've been wanting, is what I'm hearing, like the one that you've been pushing for, if that makes sense. We also have the snake here as well too, which does kind of, the snakes do remind me of inner power as well too, as untapped potential, because they always make me think of the Kundalini here. But what does it say? Rise up, honor your inner force. Yeah. Steps are being given, and dance with the universe. Yeah. So things are going to be revealed to you as you go along as well too. And I think that's in regards to with the Moon card and the Ace of Crystals. And what's interesting is now I'm hearing a quote by Rumi, and I don't know if I'm going to say it exactly right, but for the most part, it goes, when you take the next steps, or when you take the initiative, basically this is like how I think of it, because I don't remember the exact quote, but it's like, when you start taking the next steps, the path will appear. And this is exactly like the energy that I'm getting for this. Like, the more steps you take forward, you know, you may not know every step of the way, or you may not know everything that's coming, but that path is going to appear for you. So let's see. Oh, we also have Serapis Bay, or I think that's how you say it, Serapis Bay with Ascension. Move into your true self, rise above the darkness, the light is here. I love that. I feel like emphasis on the light is here. And one of the things too about the Moon card coming out is that this whole reading was based on the Sun card as well. So, you know, those are polar opposite energies. So if you have been feeling kind of like in this Moon energy of this unknown, maybe a little bit dark at times, could be even heavy, you know, the whole point of the reading is that the Sun is going to come out for you too. That the positive news is on the way. What else can you tell us about this positive news for pile 3, please? Composure. Ooh. That's an interesting one. This is like, this gives me very much balancing energy. But when we think of composure, it's about like keeping your composure, right? Keeping your cool. For some reason though, this is very much, I feel like, this justice energy. I kind of want to read a little bit more into that though, Spirit. What is this composure card about? Should we use this deck? Should we use the tarot? What is this card about? Composure. Self-acceptance. Ooh. That makes a lot of sense. Okay, and we have learning experience at the bottom too, which is really, I feel, about you holding up to that your end of the bargain. I feel like when you, with this composure, this is about you like holding steady, holding strong, and trusting in yourself. And with this self-acceptance comes with the trusting your abilities, trusting your own power, and trusting that you deserve better and that you're able to create it. And with that being said, you know, all that you've learned and all that you've gone through is going to be rewarded, because usually this learning experiences usually can be tough times. They can be relationships, you know, ending, or they can be us going through, you know, really hard, sometimes strong life lessons. And with that, I feel like it does come a lot of self-acceptance, because it's like you're now accepting yourself for who you truly are and who you've always wanted to be, and loving yourself regardless, and wanting more and wanting better for yourself comes with that as well. And so when keeping your composure through this is like keeping the steady course. It's like this resilience that you've had, like it did not break you. It's not meant to break you. It's meant for you to learn, and it's meant for you to overcome. And it's also, I feel like the learning experience is for you. I mean, as I was going to say, there's like a tough learning experience, like we were seeing before, like a tough cycle ending for you. But I didn't want to word it as in like this learning experience is ending for you, because the learning experiences never truly end for any of us. We're always learning. We're always growing. You know, sometimes we got to put ourselves back in that student seat, regardless of how much wisdom we think we have. You know, there's always something to learn, and there's always, you know, more wisdom to have. But at the same time, I feel like this is about you, you know, no longer settling. And this is about you realizing what's meant for you and what's for you. And I think that with this composure and this learning experience together, it's like you're not letting anything ever again get you to that place where you feel helpless, or get you to that place where you feel like you can't, or you're not yourself, or you can't do things as well. It's like you have this inner strength now, and this self-acceptance of all, and this self-acceptance is also a self-acceptance of all the versions of you that you've been as well too. This is not just like who you're becoming. This is who you are. This is who you were, and all of this, accepting all of these things and knowing that you are just learning from experience. With the self-acceptance and the learning experience gives you that grace that we were talking about, to give yourself, to realize that you are learning, that you learned, and you still are learning. So it's like this self-forgiveness at the same time, if that makes sense. All of these energies are kind of working together at play to create this, honestly, this one like powerhouse of self-forgiveness and overcoming any obstacles, and I think fears for you here too. Very beautiful for you, pile 3. I love this, to be honest. So now with that being said, let's go ahead and get some advice. I have 2 decks that I want to get the advice from for you. So let's see what the first one has. So what advice do we have here, Spirit, right now for pile 3? I find deeper meaning and personal growth amid the discomfort at the bottom. That's that learning experience too. Like you definitely are gaining something out of this, and you're obviously gaining rewards, but the wisdom that you have is going to help you reap more rewards. It's going to help you further. And it's like, and I think it's almost giving you this certain confidence in your abilities now. So we have, when I lean on certainty and faith, I change my mind about the world I see, which is interesting because now we have 2 cards talking about faith here. And I think that this is really like when you choose to just have faith and just know that everything's going to work out for you, you feel better on the inside as well, as like it talks about the world. Like one of the things that I think this came up in another pile as well too, but it's like, if you change your perspective to the point where you knew that all of this was going to work out for you, whether you don't even know what it is, but you just know for a fact you're going to get there. You know that it's going to be yours. You know you're going to have it. You know 100% it's going to work out. Then how would you act? You know, what choices would you make? And how would you feel? If you knew 100%, like say, for example, you're trying to manifest a specific career or something like that, and, you know, you're starting from scratch, you're starting from square one, like we all do. And there's nothing wrong with that too. Like say, you know, we all start at 0 cells. We all start at 0 followers. We all start, you know what I'm saying? We all start somewhere. And, you know, instead of going through that journey and going through that process where you're like, well, I don't know the whole time. You're like, I don't know if I can do it, or I don't know if it's going to happen for me. And then so like every kind of obstacle seems like it's almost a sign saying like, this isn't for you, but that's not true. So instead of shifting that perspective to, I'm gonna do this. This is 100% going to happen towards me. It's only a matter of time. You know, you would have a lot more ease, you know, going through the motions. You know, if all you had to do is just overcome, or if all you had to do was just keep going and you knew for a fact it was going to be yours, that is the definition of a strong faith. It's an inner knowing that guides you. And the reason why you feel guided towards this better life, or you feel guided towards these positive changes, or to this, you know, specifically, is because it's meant for you. It's because it's 100% meant for you, or else you wouldn't be headed in that direction. You wouldn't be guided towards it. So with that being said, there can be a definite perspective shift and a definite change in faith, almost maybe a change in course, but just on how you feel internally. And that's just going to make it, I feel like, a whole lot easier for you, regardless of like whatever is happening. And to remember that challenges and obstacles aren't signs from the universe that it's not for you. They're challenges and obstacles for you to overcome. Okay. And the last card we have is, which I love the hummingbird as a symbol. This is all about joy and sweetness, but the more energy and intention I bring to my faith, the more fearless and free I am. All right. You underestimate your abilities so much, pile 3. I need you to have faith in yourself. I need you to believe in yourself. And I need you to believe that this is happening for you and that good things are coming to you. And of course, sometimes when we're used to believing the opposite, or when we're used to not feeling that way about ourselves all the time, it can be like a muscle, but I always need you to come back to that inner faith. I need you to come back to that inner knowing that you are guided, you are on a path, and this is for a divine reason, okay? I need you to believe that and understand that. So when you have all of these things where maybe your faith doesn't feel as strong, you can always go back to that. You can always go back to that center, that inner knowing of like, look, this is for me. I'm just going through this right now. This is just happening right now, but it's not going to break me. Because the outcome of this journey for you is ridiculously positive. It's everything that I feel like you've ever wanted, and maybe even more. And so the universe says it wants you to have that really bad. Like the universe does not want you to change or to fall off or anything. And of course, falling off or changing course can also be a part of the path as well too. But if you're, you know, meant to get back on it, you're meant to get back on it. But you, for the most part, what I'm saying is that the universe wants you to have these rewards. And so you just don't let up on yourself and don't give up faith that good times are coming. Things are changing for you. And that the fact that you are learning from experiences is going to help you as well too. Like how we were talking about, like, when you give yourself that understanding that you go through things to learn from them, you give this forgiveness to your past self, and you also give more faith to your future self to say, I've learned, look at all these things that I've learned from already. It's just, that's just how it goes. Like now I'm going to learn and advance more. You know, you got this. What am I even worried about, you know? What are you even worried about? Really, I'm not worried. I'm not worried at all about you, so you shouldn't be worried about you either. Okay, so let's get to your last, maybe one or two, we'll see, advice card. So what other advice do we have here, Spirit, for my lovely, strong, faithful pile 3s? Okay, I guess, do we? Okay, I was gonna say, do we feel like all of them? Ooh, spontaneity. This card came out in pile 2 as well too, and this card's all about saying yes to new experiences, saying yes to life again, and not holding yourself back at all from opportunities. Okay, so the first card we have is everyone's a teacher. Everyone I cross paths with is a teacher in that moment. The ones who give me the fun lessons are the ones I call friends. The ones who give me the hard lessons I sometimes call a-holes. They've chosen a tough job, but somebody's got to do it. So today I'm thanking all the a-holes. Thank you, a-holes, for playing your part and making me a better person. That is so good with that learning experience as well, too. And we were just talking about before this as well, that, you know, we're always learning, we're always growing. And, that's a very interesting and good perspective to have too, that everyone does kind of play a part in everyone's world, and there are always going to be naysayers. There are always going to be those people that go against you, or those people that are just, like it says, a-holes. And when we look at it more or less like, not like an emotional sense, but when you look at it more of like a statistic sense of like, yeah, there's going to be those people that support you, but there's still going to be those people are just out there. There's going to be those a-holes out there. And when you look at it as a statistic point of like, oh, it's just those a-holes, it's them. And, you know, sometimes you kind of got to feel bad a little bit for the people that are so negative, or the people that are mean, or that treat you bad as well too, because that's the path that they've chosen, or that's the path that they choose right now to live, and that's not fun, and that's not good. So if you kind of look at it that way too, it kind of gives you more compassion that they do have to play that role of like being the a-hole. And that doesn't make the person an a-hole all over, like maybe that was just them in the moment, or, you know, a phase or journey of their life as well too. That doesn't define them, but like, it's just like it says, like there are going to be people that just do that, and that's what they do. So, and I'm hearing that line. There's like a line from this, I think it's an Iggy Azalea song, and it's like, everybody got opinions. Yeah. Wow. Oh shit. How does it go? Everyone's got opinions, but we don't worry about them. It literally says we don't worry about them because they're a-holes. Anyways, so everyone's a critic. Everyone's gotta have an opinion. Everyone thinks sometimes, and I don't mean everyone, I'm talking about like them specifically. Everyone thinks that they know what's best. Everyone thinks that they're right, and blah, blah, blah. And just, I feel like kind of protecting your energy from that kind of is helpful as well too. Like just to kind of observe it and just be like, okay, whatever, that's what you're choosing to do right now, but I don't really choose to partake in that. You know what I'm saying? It's like, not even worth your time. They're really not. But the next card we have is beauty, which is I'm beautiful even when I don't think it. I'm beautiful even when I don't see it. I'm beautiful no matter how many people don't say it. I'm beautiful and I don't even care if you know it. I'm beautiful, which is why I don't have to try so hard all the time to show it. Oh, yeah, you're with that self-acceptance too. You know, it can be hard to not judge ourselves on how we look or how we feel like we're being perceived as well too. But with the self-acceptance and with this confidence comes, you know, you not caring so much. And it really, truly, I know it sounds cliche, but it really, truly only does matter what you think. And that's it. So and a lot of the judgments are like, you know, how they say when other people judge other people, it's just a projection of how they feel about themselves in a way. It's so true. It's like they would judge themselves, or they judge themselves that way as well. So that doesn't mean that you have to as well too. When you love yourself, you know, you don't really care about what other people say. And I'm not saying that it'll never hurt, or like, you know, maybe sometimes there could be a little sting there, or maybe sometimes you may find yourself caring a tiny bit, but for the most part, the only opinion that matters is yours. So you need to sit with yourself as well, and to remember all the things that make you so beautiful on the inside and out, because outer beauty fades. And that's something that's really interesting as well too, that there was like a topic that I was watching, and it was like about statistics and things like that, and it was basically saying that the most beautiful people in the world, they get to experience life the way other people do in phases, like all the experiences. And what that means is that they get to experience life, you know, how they say like pretty privilege and things like that, it does exist. But also they get to experience life as people that maybe have experienced life that they felt that they weren't attractive. And that is when they get older, and that's when they age and stuff, because all of that stuff only lasts so long, and it really doesn't mean anything. And that's kind of something that I feel I can't stress enough, is that it really doesn't mean anything. There can be someone that is so beautiful on the outside, but they can be so ugly on the inside that it just makes them literally unbearable to be around. You know what I'm saying? It just makes them a person that you just, when you think about them, they're not beauty at all. And so you, pile 3, are someone who is so beautiful on the inside, and I'm hearing that you are beautiful as well on the outside, and it's all comes down to how you feel about yourself, because that's kind of what you're projecting out. And so, and that's true what they say as well too, with someone with very high confidence. You know, they don't even have to be that attractive, but they can walk in a room and people can, you know, look and stare and think, oh my gosh, who is that person? Even if they're not conventionally attractive, because they have this inner confidence that shines from within that is so much more powerful than just anything else on the outer. So you're beautiful. Don't ever tell yourself anything less. And remember that. And so the last card we have here is communication. Wonder how that person's feeling? Ask them. Wish they knew how you were feeling? Tell them. You've just been drafted into the communication army, where there is a strict do ask, do tell policy. Speak with kindness and gentleness and reach an understanding. If you don't, assumption will just make asses of everyone, including the person who came up with that. I don't ever remember how to say that word. Aphorism? You say that word differently, but anyways, but yeah, I know what they're talking about too. It's what is it? It's assumptions make an ass of you and me, because assume is ass and then UME. So anyways, I thought that was like an acronym. I don't think that's what that's called. Oh geez, now I'm embarrassed. Oh well, anyways, I'm not a freaking grammar teacher, okay? I'm just a tarot reader, so forgive me. But anyways, this is so important as well too. One of the things that comes to my mind with that in particular is the closed mouth don't get fed. If you want something, say it, you know, and at least, even if you don't get it, or if you don't get the answer you're looking for, you're not left with this whole mystery, wondering like what's going to happen or how this person feels or what's going on. You know, it starts with you. And I think this is that King of Wands energy as well too, of like taking back control. Like if you want something, say it. If you want to know something, ask. Like it says, if you want to do something, do it. If you want something to happen, take charge. And it's a beautiful energy, and it's a very strong personal power of taking that initiative, of not waiting for the circumstances to change, not waiting for other people's minds to change, not waiting for them to come to you. You know, you are a powerful, strong, independent person, and you are able to get what you want, and you can demand what you want, and you'd be surprised what confidence and demanding things can actually get you. And I don't mean demand as in like demanding, like I demand you to do this. It's more or less of like commanding, like when you command energy, like for example, like when you're working with chi and energy, or even when you're working with spirits and things like that. There's a lot of times they say, you know, command it to do this, command it. You're not doing brute strength and commanding anything in a mean way. What you're saying is, you're saying like, okay, for example, if you're making manifestation water and you need to command the energy, to command the chi to go in your water, you just command it. You're going here. You know what I'm saying? Do this for me, and it will. And it's because you are just being clear on what it is that you want. That's all it is you're just saying, I do this. You're going to do this. And that's that. And, you know, the energy loves you, and the energy, of course, be grateful and respectful and, you know, all that stuff too. But you get what I'm saying? It's like the energy understands if you're like, oh, maybe you'll do this for me if, you know, if you want it, blah, blah, blah. You know, the energy is going to be like, what? You just got to command it. I don't know why that came up, that specific thing, but you get what I'm saying. It's really being very clear in your intentions and what it is that you want. And it's not rude to speak your mind in saying what you want. It's not, there's nothing wrong with you asking, you know, for something in order to receive it. In fact, that's how you know that you're worthy of something, is because you're like, okay, I'm worthy of this. Let's give it to me. So yeah, obviously be kind and respectful. Like, don't say, hey, give that to me right now, because no one likes a bully. But this is more along the lines of like your inner worthiness and knowing that you deserve to have things. So don't be afraid to speak up. Don't be afraid to ask things. Don't be afraid to do things. Command the room, command your energy, command this, you know, command that, whatever it is. That Spirit's got your back. And just because you're worth it. No more playing small. If that's something that you felt like you've been doing, or when this positive news comes in, you're not playing small anymore. But yeah, I think I'm done blabbing. I want to say thank you so much to all who stayed till the end. I love you guys so much for that. Also, thank you to anyone who supports the channel in any way. All of you subscribers, all of you who like, comment, and share, or just share your stories. I love reading them. I love hearing them. I love you. And I can't wait to read for you guys in the next reading. So if you are not subscribed and that's something that you would be looking forward to, now's your chance to go ahead and subscribe. Unless maybe we'll cross paths again. Who knows? But other than that, I'll see you guys at the next pick a card. Bye!